back to my channel. Today we're going to be creating this spring inspired look, and I'm going to be using the Too Faced Peach palette. So I wanted to do this tutorial because I know it's a new palette and I know you guys were like interested in seeing how the look came out. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I achieved this look, then please keep on watching. So we're going to start off with this tutorial. I already applied the Scandinavia makeup priming spray, and this is oil controlling formula to get my face started. And then the next thing we're going to apply is the intensive anti-aging face serum and foundation primer oil by Coralix Beauty. I'm going to apply this because I really want to get a dewy face, a little bit dewy but not too much. So we're just gonna like tap that in the face, and it's gonna make sure that the foundation we're applying that is matte, because I'm using a matte foundation. It's gonna make it not too matte on the face. So that's what I'm going for today. I'm going to be doing my brows, and I'm going to be using the ColourPop brow pencil in black and brown. And I really love this pencil because it has a spoolie and a pencil on the other end. And the pencil is really thin for applying brows. And I'm just gonna begin filling out the end of my brows because that's like where normally you want to be a little darker. Next, I'm gonna be going with Taupe. It's a brow gel from ColourPop, and we're just gonna take that on a Now we're going to take the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel in Brownie Browns, and we're just going to like make sure that those hairs look really nice, because my hairs tend to be everywhere. Like they don't tend to like stay in one place. So I like using this to kind of keep them in check. And to clean up my brows, I'm going to use the LA Go concealer in Fawn, and I'm just taking this on an angled brush, and we're just going to clean up those brows. The foundation I'm using is actually the L'Oreal Pro Matte foundation, but I'm going to be taking a little bit of this to clean up the top part of my brows. To like make sure my eyeshadows last longer, I'm going to be using the LA Go Pro Primer Base in Nude, and we're just placing that all over the lid, and we're going to like blend that out with my fingers. The palette I'm going to be using today is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I'm going to be going into gray. It's a really nice brown color, and taking that on the fluffy brush like this, we're just going to place that as a transition color. I'm just going back and forth, making sure everything is blended as possible. Next, we're going into the next brown shade. It's called Summer Yum. Taking a little bit of that on a small fluffy blending brush, we're just gonna go a level down from our transition and apply that. And also this is like our secondary transition color, so it's gonna give a little depth to the first color that we applied. And I'm slowly building up the color so that we get the most pigmentation out of it. So you want to start really slow with a little color and gradually build it up. You don't want to apply all color at once because that would make it look so much. And don't worry if you actually put some on the lid, because we're going to apply a little bit more primer to separate the lid color with the crease color. So don't really worry about that. And then you want to go with have left on your brush and blend out the harsh lines. If you see any harsh lines, you just want to go back with that brush that you used to apply the first transition color and just blend it out, and it's really quick. I'm going to be using a flat brush because this flat brush tends to get into the deepest part of the crease, and I'm thinking of going with Delectable. Delectable is a really gorgeous purple shade, and we're going to tap that into the brush, and we're just going to pop that in the tiniest of the crease ever so gently, and we're just gonna bring it into half of our lid, so half of the crease into the lid. So that's what you want to apply this shade at. Slowly blend it upward. slowly, not too much upward, but a little. We're doing that to the other side. And then I'm going to go out back with the light color. It's called Summer Yum again, and we're gonna take the same brush we used with it initially, and we're just gonna like replace some of that brown that we lost, kind of further buff it out a little bit. Now we're gonna go back with the LA Gold primer, as I said, and we're just gonna take some of it on like a flat synthetic brush, and we're just gonna apply that to separate the lid from the crease color. And then I'm taking a Borghese brush, and we're gonna go with this color right here. It's called Candied Peach. It's a really matte, like with sparkle, and we're only applying it to 2/3 of the lid. And as you guys can see, I'm leaving that little corner alone because we are going to apply another color to that area. So that's why you guys see that I'm leaving it alone. Now that we're done with that, we're gonna turn into the other brush side of the brush, and I'm gonna go with Bless Her Heart. It's a really nice, gorgeous, like olive green shade. We are just gonna dab that to that corner that we left alone, and make sure we like blend that with the Candied Peach, because we still don't want harsh lines with this look. For the brow bone, we're gonna be using Luscious. It's a really gorgeous color, and it's gonna like give a little pop to the brow bone area. It's actually quite suitable for my skin tone. If you're probably lighter, I would suggest to go with Peach Nectar, or Nectar actually, it's not called Peach Nectar. We're gonna take the shade Tantin on like kind of like a pointed crease brush, and we're just going to deepen out the outer V area, making sure we don't go over that color. But if you do, you can always go back and reapply it. I'm not gonna do the inner corners yet. I'm gonna save that for the last step once I'm done with my foundation. I'm gonna go with my foundation. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation, and this is in Soft Sable. So what way works for you guys when applying foundation? I literally love to dab it on, then blend it out. It works differently for some other people, but that's like the way it works for me, and actually like tapping it with a brush. Then I take a wet beauty blender sponge. This is like my favorite thing ever. I'm not liking this foundation so much, so I'm actually gonna switch my foundation. I'm gonna take my Lancome Teint Ado foundation this time around, because the one I applied seriously didn't do anything for me in terms of coverage. So much better. I should have used this. Now we're done completely applying the foundation. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit in Deep, and we're going to take the Coral shade. It's called Coral, the middle shade right here, and we're just going to actually apply some under the eyes to kind of get rid of the dark circles that we have, and I'm applying some under on my lip area, around my nose area, because those are like the places I really get discolored like crazy. You might think this use of products is a lot, but I would say use what you have. You don't necessarily have to use every single item that I use, but use what you have and what you can afford. So that's all I say, and what you can dupe with this. For my concealer, I'm going to be using the Kevyn Aucoin. We're going to use this mainly for highlighting. So I'm taking a little bit, because I tell you this concealer is, when I say pigmented, this concealer is super pigmented. No joke, like really pigmented. We're gonna take the beauty blender again and gently tap it in, and I'm gonna squeeze the beauty blender like this, and also bring it down my nose. I'm just gonna apply whatever's left on my forehead, so I'm not applying so much like I normally do, and we're gonna blend out the chin area. Next, I'm going to be taking my Motives powder, and this is in Mocha. We're just gonna set the concealer in place, and then we're going to take the Sasha Cosmetics Buttercup powder, and we're going to take it on our beauty blender. We're going to tap that into kind of shape. So this is going to set the concealer we have on our face. Now we're going back into the contour kit, and I'm taking this shade all the way right here, and I'm just using this kind of brush to tap it in, and we're just going to contour. And I'm also buffing this in as I apply the contour at the same time. Now we're going to take a brush and brush off the excess of this powder. I already applied the LA Girl Pro Primer Base on my lower lash line as well. We're going to start with the Summer Run that we had in her transition color. We're just going to place that. We're just going to place that on our lower lash line. And we're just going to bring it downward, like right here. And then we're going to go into Delectable, that purple shade we got in our crease. We're just going to apply it above that brown shade. We're not going to bring it all the way in. So as you guys see, I'm only applying it to like half of my lower lash line. And the green shade is what we're going to apply to the rest of the lower lash line. I'm going to be taking Bellini, that shade right here. Just going to pop some in the inner corners. And I'm all using the same brush. Too much brushes sometimes get a little confusing, so I want to make this as simple as possible. Now I'm going to apply eyeliner. I'm using Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in black. I'm only lining my eyes halfway. I'm not lining all the way. I'm going to be lining my eyes, and then I'm going to apply my lashes off camera. So I'm using the NYC Liquid Liner, my absolute favorite liner ever. I've already applied my lashes. Now I'm going to take my MAC Mineralized Powder in dark, and we're just going to smoothen out some of that highlight because we don't want it to look too ashy. So I'm just going to use that to buff a little bit off. Using my Vasanti blush brush, and I'm going into my contour palette from Black Radiance, and we're just going to further intensify the contour. Just give it a little dust around. And then I'm taking the deeper shade, just going to apply that right under the first one. So it's kind of like a gradient. For my highlight, I'm going with the Becca Cosmetics Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. And with this highlight, I love mixing it with my Black Radiance one to kind of bring down the... Then we're going to go back in with the Black Radiance highlighter in the palette right here. Guys. And then we're just going to apply it over the top, because I really don't want this highlight to be too ashy. We're gonna apply blush, and the blush I'm applying is from NYX. It's their ombre blush in Feel the Heat. So I'm gonna like do the ombre thing and like bring this down. So I'm basically mixing this with my contour, and I don't want it to be too much because it's really pigmented. So I'm gonna give my face one more spritz so that it can get the powdery look off. So we're gonna let this set, and then I'm gonna do my lips as well. Next, we're going to be doing our lips, and I'm gonna be lining my lips with the ColourPop lip liner in BFF3. And then we're gonna take the ColourPop liquid lipstick in BFF3.